Every Christmas Eve, my family and I go to the mall to take our picture with Santa Claus. At the time of the story, I was only 10 years old. We made it to the mall and waited in the long line. I did not mind waiting. I had my new bracelet my parents got me and was excited to show it off in the picture. The line was slowly moving. As shoppers were walking by, I noticed something. Not too far off, I saw another man dressed as Santa Claus. This guy was drastically different from the Santa that we were waiting in line for. This Santa was very skinny, had a scraggly beard, and his eyes were bloodshot. What was even more strange, he was staring directly at me. I got the creeps from this guy and turned my back to him. A few minutes later, it was our family's turn to take the picture. As we were about to pose for the photo, I noticed my bracelet was missing. I frantically looked for it, but I must have dropped it. My parents said not to worry about it. They would buy me another one. Plus, the line behind them for the photo was so long that they did not want to hold it up any longer. Disappointed, I tried my best to smile in the photos. When we were finished, my family took me to get ice cream, and all the sadness was gone. We went home and got into our pajamas and watched Christmas movies. It was a family tradition to binge watch holiday movies on Christmas Eve. After we finished watching Elf, we all headed upstairs and went to bed. Thoughts of a glorious Christmas morning helped me go to sleep. Around 2 a.m. in the morning, I had to go to the bathroom. My bladder felt like it was going to explode. I made my way to the bathroom and did my business. I was walking by our hallway window when I saw something outside. At the edge of our driveway, I saw what looked like Santa Claus standing at the edge of it, but something was off. My 10-year-old brain knew that Santa was fat and jolly. This guy was skinny and raggedy looking, almost like that one guy from the mall. I blinked, and the raggedy Santa waved at me. I stared hard at the Santa and realized that it was exactly the same creepy Santa from the mall. I sprinted to my bedroom to get a better look at him. I looked out my window, but the Santa was gone. I was pretty freaked out. Maybe I was seeing things, I thought. I got back into bed and forced myself to get some sleep. When I woke up, it was Christmas morning. I ran down the stairs, and my parents were sitting on the couch with coffee, waiting for me to start opening the gifts. It took me about a half an hour to open them all. I had gotten everything I'd asked for from Santa, but that's when I noticed a small gift shoved behind our Christmas tree. It was something wrapped in a brown bag with a poorly handwritten note. The front of the note said that the gift was for me. My parents both looked confused. I hesitantly opened it. When the gift plopped onto my lap, my jaw dropped. It was my exact bracelet that I had lost at the mall last night. I opened the note that was addressed to me and read it. All it said was, "Merry Christmas from the real Santa Claus." As a small business owner, Christmas is our busiest season. I own a souvenir shop and have not had a day off since December 1st. It was Christmas Eve, and I sent all my employees home early. I was single and did not have much family, so I did not mind staying late and taking care of the administration work. It was around 11 at night. I was in the back finishing some calculations when I heard a knock on the front door. I looked at my watch. It was almost midnight, and we had been closed for almost 4 hours now. What could they want? Plus, it was snowing hard outside. I got up from the back and went to the front door. Standing there knocking was a man dressed as Santa. I politely went to the door and told the man that we were closed. The man shook his head and said that he forgot his wallet and needed to come in and get it. I thought this was strange. I did not find any wallet while doing my cleanup, and no one reported one missing either. Plus, if I'm being completely honest, this man dressed as Santa did not look familiar. He definitely did not shop here today. I politely told him that we did not receive or find any wallet. but if we did, we'll be sure to send it to the address." The man shook his head again, pulling the door handle. He said he needed his wallet tonight and to let him in immediately. I told the man that I would double check the back. I went into the back, checked the lost and found, and saw nothing. I went back to the front door and told him that we do not have it, but if I do find it, I'll be sure to call him and let him know. The man's face was boiling with rage at this point. He yanked hard on the door, rattling the glass. He demanded I let him in the store right now. My jolly spirit was slowly dying, and I told the man that if he does not stop, that I would call the police. He continued to yank at the door. He even said that if I do not open up, that he was going to kill me. That was it. I told him that I'm calling the police. I went to the front desk phone and picked up the receiver. When I looked up, the Santa Claus man was gone. I was a little shaken, but relieved that the wacko was gone. I did not call the police and went back into my office to finish up my work. It was almost 1 in the morning when I finished. I was packing my things up and made my way to the front door. I looked outside. My car was the only one in the parking lot. I did not see the crazy man anywhere. I stepped out into the falling snow and hiked my way over to my car. About halfway there, I froze. I noticed fresh footprints heading towards my car and stopping there. And that's when I saw the top of a Santa hat in the back seat of my car. My jaw dropped. I saw someone peek their head up, and the Santa man and I locked eyes. I booked it back to my shop. I could hear my car door close and heavy footsteps right behind me. I unlocked my shop door, threw myself inside, and then quickly relocked it. I was just in time, as the Santa man was already pulling on the door, trying to get in. He banged his fist on the glass, screaming that he was going to kill me and tear apart my intestines. I ran to the phone and called the police. They actually got here pretty quickly and arrested the man. As the police pulled away with the Santa man in the back, I looked at my watch. It was 3 a.m. in the morning. Merry Christmas to me, I told myself. The holidays were always bittersweet for me. The past couple of years, I was dealing with a very abusive relationship. In fact, it got so bad that my ex-boyfriend actually ended up going to jail for assaulting me. It was a dark time in my life, but with the help and support of my friends and family, I was able to recognize my self-worth and actually met a great and stable man, Greg. Since Greg and me have been dating, my life has been much more positive. I'm so thankful to have him in my life now. It was Christmas Day. My family always hosts, and I was there by 7 a.m. to help my mom prepare for the big day. Family and friends slowly started showing up around 12 and so on. What got me worried was Greg. He was supposed to be at my parents' house by 10, and it was already 1, and I have not heard from him yet. I sent him messages and called him multiple times. This had me worried because Greg was punctual and always responded. I was explaining this to my parents when there was a knock at the front door. I went to it, expecting it to be Greg. It wasn't. In fact, no one was there. Rather, there was a pile of red roses with a note attached to them. I brought them inside and opened the note. It said, "You will always be my girl." It was signed by my ex-boyfriend's initials. My heart sank with fear. I had not had any contact with my ex after he went to jail. I had no idea how long his sentence was, but this worried me if he was already trying to reach out to me. I showed my parents, and they said not to worry. A few more hours went by when I got a phone call from Greg's mother. She was in hysterics. When she finally calmed down enough, she explained how the police had found Greg. His body was propped up at the local church's nativity scene as one of the 3 wise men. He had been dead for almost 24 hours. I was so stunned by what she was telling me that I went numb. But Greg's mother continued. She said that attached to Greg's body was a note saying that he would not be home for the holidays. They have a man in custody, and he already admitted to the murder. They caught him 1 block away, admiring his work. He did not even try to run or escape, and was actually proud of what he had done. I asked for the name of the man they caught, and almost passed out. It was my ex-boyfriend. My phone dropped to the ground and shattered. That Christmas was the worst Christmas of my life. I hope the pain and the memories will go away, but I fear that they never will.